Americans and ninjas. This is hands down an easy pick. What could go wrong? Let's see some blood.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
We open the movie with a classic game of hacky sack. Nice skills, fuckhead. And Private Joe doesn't look very impressed. In fact, fuck your hacky sack, because I'm gonna sit here and play with my knife. Get that shit yourself. And everyone thinks Joe is a dick. And before they could restart their little hacky sack game, the Colonel comes out and it's time to go to work. And today's job is to escort the Colonel's daughter to wherever the fuck she wants to go. And then we get the movie title. Now we continue the escorting journey, but unfortunately there's a roadblock along the way. And that shit didn't take long. A fucking ambush. And these cheeky fuckers take all the soldiers' uniforms and trucks. And holy shit, would you look at his growth, his hairy fucking mole? Dude, you better get that checked out before it becomes cancer. Ugh. Gross. But he doesn't like people looking at his mole. Shut up! And Joe ain't taking that shit, so he elbows the cunt in the face. In the meantime, the Colonel's daughter has jumped in the car and she's tried to fuck off. But the silly bitch don't know how to drive. And Joe's had enough. He's taken out 2 of the road workers. And the rest of the army ain't pussies, so they all join in. America, fuck yeah! And Joe, he just rolls out the way of the bullets. And fuck using guns. And take this, bitch. Here, change your tire, cunt. Boom! Kicking ass and I'm fucking pumped. And during all this fighting, someone's watching in the bushes. Fucking ninjas. And as he watches on, he's intrigued. And he doesn't look impressed at all. And it looks like the Colonel's daughter survived that shit show of a driving stunt she pulled. And as for the Army's vehicles, well, they let one get away. But that ain't gonna stop Private Joe. And with his skill set and quick thinking, there's no way of stealing that truck now. And that cunt's toast. But the road-working Asians are the least of Joe and Colonel Daughter's fucking problems now. Fucking ninjas. And they jump bullets. And attack from trees. He's fucked. And these ninjas are killing everyone that stand in their way. But not Joe. Don't fucking mess with Joe. This cunt can stop arrows with a fucking shovel. And Joe taunts these ninjas and lets them know don't fuck with America. But there's way too many of them, so Joe and the Colonel's daughter, they run like fuck. And they leave Hacky Sack and Sergeant behind.
Who is he? I don't know, he's a new recruit, I don't even know his name.
They didn't rat on you, so good job, Sergeant.
He possessed great skills.
Ninja Master is impressed. Now Joe and Colonel's daughter, they run through the jungle to escape these ninjas. But back at the base, Colonel isn't too happy with what information he's been told by Hacky Sack Boy and the Sergeant. And then Jackson gives him some even more devastating news.
This massacre was the work of ninjas.
And he's pissed. Over at the ninja base, they have a problem. And that problem is Joe. So they've put a ninja hit on this American ninja. Now back at the US camp, Joe's got back safe with the daughter, and the daughter is starting to take a little bit of a liking to our American ninja. and showing no emotion. We all know he fucking liked it. Now we're only 20 minutes into this movie and I've gotta say, this movie is fucking great. We move on.
Suppose you think you're some kind of hero because you brought my daughter back alive.
Yep.
Because I've got half a mind to throw you under the stockade.
Where's the gratitude?
You're gonna be court-martialed, and I can't help you.
Fuck you. I saved your daughter, you prick.
Get out of my sight.
What a fucking cunt. Now back at the bunks, Joe is getting harassed by the other soldiers. They're being fucking dicks because all their mates died and he saved the colonel's daughter. Bunch of cunts. But he gives no fucks and just lays down and has a little bit of a dream about when he got trained being a ninja. So we move on to the ninjas training and I've gotta say, it looks pretty fucking fun. They have rope climbing activities, bouncing trampolines, spiked bags to dodge, monkey bars to play on, and free chiropractic services. Nah, that bit didn't look too fun. But the American businessmen that are affiliated with these ninjas, they look impressed with what they have happening out there on the field. Now over at the army base, it looks like these guys are still pushing Joe and they won't back off.
I hear you think you're something to be some kind of a tough guy. A karate boy.
Even Hacky Sack Boy is stirring up shit.
She's a real badass, Jackson.
What a piece of work. And now Jackson really wants to kick his ass.
So let's go, badass.
And Joe tries to walk away, but assholes be assholes.
Mr. Hero.
And he gets made to look like a dick. But Jackson keeps coming back and Joe keeps whooping his ass. Even to a point where he blindfolds himself with a fucking bucket. Yeah, a bucket. And uses the ninja way. And he's proved himself to the squad after this bullying attack. All is good now and they're all friends.
And Curtis Jackson is man enough to admit when he's wrong.
Yay! But the Sarge isn't impressed. Jackson tries to cover for Joe, but the Sergeant's a bit of a cunt of a thing, isn't he?
Get your ass in my office, private.
So he gets punished to trash duty, the poor cunt. Now Hacky Sack Boy, he's got a mission from the Colonel to take the daughter home, but she has other plans and sends him on a job. So Hacky Sack Boy goes and asks Joe if he can take a note to a girl for him. But it's on the other side of the wall. And Joe gives zero fucks if he gets in trouble. So he volunteers. But how do you get over that wall, Joe? What a fucking rebel. And how the fuck's he gonna get back over that wall? But that's the least of his worries because it's a setup. A setup by a colonel's daughter. She wanted to see Joe.
This was your idea?
I had to see you.
She's frothing on Joe. And they ride off into the sunset with no helmets on to go have some fucking dirty, sexy time with no protection. What an evening. Now they go to dinner, but of course they had to choose the restaurant that every fucking cunt in the army barrack goes to. And there's Sergeant Asshole, with the American douchebag that's associated and affiliated with the Ninja Clan. Bit of dodgy shit going down. And they have seen Joe and the Colonel's daughter.
I want him dead.
And you're fucked now. But Joe gives zero fucks and he finishes his night with a little bit more of some unprotected sex. And we move on to the next day and that fucking dirty ratbag fucking sergeant, he's got a job for Joe. A mission to deliver a truck to the port side. But when he arrives, he knows something's not right. It's a fucking setup. You missed your stupid cunt. And this group of ninjas are fucking shit at their ninja job because they're missing every fucking shot they do. Ninja ability are shit on this group. And Joe fucks these idiots up. Ninja senses. Ninja star, bitch. These cunts couldn't even catch a cold. And he finishes these joke ninjas off. But in the meantime, some pricks are stealing his truck. So Joe being Joe, he'll find a way to chase them down. And he is an action hero. And he gets under that truck and he hitches a ride to the ninja base. But he got himself spotted. Not very good skills of ninja disappearance, and they're onto him now. and they start searching the warehouse for Joe. But Joe's too smart for these fucking ninjas and just fucks right out, no worries. But these ninjas are hot on his trail, and some little Asian dude shows him the way out, and goodbye ninja cunts. So Joe hitches a ride back to the base, but soon as he gets back, he's arrested for stealing the truck. These cunts at the army here fucking do no investigations, they just accuse people straight off the bat. Now that night, the ninjas have shown up to finish Joe off. First to get past the guards. Now to break the lock. Fucking easy. Now to vanish and sneak into Joe's cell. Silent as a mouse, he would never have heard him. Now to finish Joe for good. Oh, this ninja has been played, and Joe was hiding on the shitter. And Joe runs like fuck and the ninjas chase him. You don't need to tiptoe, mate, he knows you're fucking behind him. And the ninja catches up to him and we get an epic American ninja versus Japanese ninja fight. And lucky for Joe, the military police, they arrive right on time. Joe finds Jackson and the colonel's daughter and they try to tell him that the sergeant's a bad guy. He's a fucking dog cunt. They don't believe him and they get the military police to try and arrest Joe. But Joe thinks quick. And like a ninja, he fucks right off. Jackson helps out, but then he has second thoughts. Look at his instant regret reaction and apology for kicking the gun out of his hands. So Joe steals a military car and Sergeant is on the chase. But high-speed chases always end up bad for one. You're fucked, Sarge. That was the slowest car crash explosion I've ever seen. How the fuck would that blow up? Back at the house, it looks like the colonel was in this all along with the ninjas. And over at the daughter's house, she's got an unexpected visitor. And he's gonna put her to sleep. With a fucking punch to the neck. Now back with the colonel and he's at a disagreement with the ninja leader and he knocks him the fuck out. He wants out of this corrupt life and tells him to fuck off. Now who have the last laugh when he finds out that the ninjas actually have his daughter? Now over to Joe and he's found his original ninja trainer. And it's time for some final basic ninja training skills. And we fast forward to the ninja headquarters and Joe has turned up for a fight. But Ninja Master gives zero fucks. He's really dressed for the fight today. And Colonel's daughter is hostage, so he's got to take them all on. Alone. But some help appears out of the ninja smoke. And it's his sensei, Ninja Master, from his childhood. And they take all these ninja cunts down. But he takes a bullet for Joe. Now who's gonna save us? Jackson, you beautiful motherfucker. And he fucks cunts up left, right and center. He's a fucking war machine. But ninjas hate guns, Jackson. And this big motherfucker wants to fuck you up. But Jackson, this cunt fights dirty. And finishes him off pretty damn quick. Now it's all turned into chaos and cunts are getting killed all over the place. The colonel tries to save his daughter himself.
Let it go!
But he's fucked, and Joe is having a final battle with the Ninja Master. And he's fucked too. And it's not looking too good for Team Asian ninjas. Now the Chopper is getting away with his girl, but using his ninja skills, he jumps on up. And it looks like Jackson's found a new toy, so Joe better be quick. And Joe gets the girl and they jump to safety just in time. And they're all fucked. The girl is saved, heaps of cunts are dead. Joe is better than the Ninja Asians. America, fuck yeah. It was a big ass clusterfuck, and we loved it. The end. Well, I'll tell you what, I've got to say I really liked this movie. I actually really enjoyed it. The first 20 minutes, bang! Fucking you get so much action. Then you get the little bit, so it's they done the old pyramid fucking 3-point fucking way of the movie, which was great. Acting wasn't the greatest on some of the other actors and characters' parts, but Jackson was good. Sergeant was pretty good. Colonel was good. Colonel's daughter was good. Joe, I thought, was actually pretty good. Played the part that was actually written for that character pretty well. I'm looking forward to part 2. So I give this one, I want to give it 6.5, but you know I don't do halves in this, so it's either a 6 or a 7, so I think I'm just going to stick with giving this one a 6 because the middle of the movie was a bit flat. The ending was a little bit too much, I think, as well. There was too much shoved in there. They needed to make it a little bit more basic, I think. I think they throw in fucking way too much. And the movie goes a little bit too long than I liked. Even though I think it was only an hour and a half, but could have cut about 15 minutes out of that movie. So I think it was actually a pretty good movie. So 6 out of 10 blood popcorns. I'm looking forward to watching part 2, but I won't watch part 2 for a good couple of months because I want to stick with my horror movies. But this had blood in it and this had deaths in it. So, hey, it had people dying, it had people fucking getting killed, so it's still good on the Blood Popcorn channel. So make sure you fucking like and subscribe because of it. If you want me to do part 2, maybe next month or the month after, because I've got a good list actually of movies to do. But let me know in the comments if you want me to do part 2, and I'll do it within the next couple of months. In the meantime, next week I've got Dolly Dearest from 1991. Never seen that movie before, but because of all the Chuckies and fucking Megans and all those Puppet Masters and all those movies that come out, I've never seen Dolly Dearest, so Annabelle, don't forget about that. So I need to complete the doll killing saga by watching that movie, so that is next week. Don't forget about all my other little bits and pieces that I have on the channel. That'd be great if you could ever watch those. But if you only like the retro reviews, definitely every week I do a retro review. But this week was a action one, and a lot of blood and a lot of killing and a lot of murders, a lot of ninja skills, and I'm gonna fucking disappear like a fucking ninja. Like, subscribe, do what the fuck you like. It's your life, it's your YouTube channel. I'll be back next week regardless, and I'll be back with extra little tittle bits of episodes here and there. So this is a long one actually. This was actually hard to write because there was so much fucking happening. See you!